We're all just going to sit here and wait for Chad. For the sake of Chad, we sit here and wait. All right, now, thanks a lot. Oh, that sun is bright. You can't see it, but you will soon. I can see it in the rearview mirror. It's bright as can be because the sky is clear, not a cloud in the sky. And it's going to suck because the sun's going to be in my eyes most of the way home. Well, today we're going to get to what I thought we were going to get to yesterday, but I forgot that the first hour of Dr. D's show is usually requests and such. Today it's going to be the special topic, which is short songs. I think last video, Dr. Demento said that a lot of these songs are going to be a minute or less. So you can stick a lot of songs into, he's got about 45, 50 minutes. You can stick a lot of songs into that amount of time, if all the songs are a minute or less. So we'll find out soon. Just waiting for all these people to get out of my way so I can pull out of here. But of course there's more coming. Now we're gonna make this light. Oh, I think so. Alright, I'm going straight home today, so I got gas last night, so I don't have to stop. Haha. See, look at that sun. That is bright. So since we're going straight home, I'm going to start this now and make sure we get it all in. I don't have to go driving around in circles just to get the last song in.
More good things in very small sonic packages here on the Dr. Demento Show. Here's a group called the Fire of Prometheus on 97.1 KLSX.
Pyramids of condos on the desert of the town. Ruins of a culture spawned by electric sound. The expedition works its way to Harvard Square. An anachronistic figure in jeans over there. Stuck in the 60s like a car in the snow. Reliving old journeys only he could know. Wasn't a while back then. These marches, lovage, psychedelic zen. Now it's computer games and high-tech blizzard. How can you compare to Jim Morrison's Lizard? The magical mystery tour is suddenly gone away. Time can stand still, only if you pretend. Is that the Maharishi? Or Timothy Leary on the street? He's moving closer. No, it's a policeman on his beat.
Move along, hipster. Woodstock's now a pasture. Get that software over to the office one step faster.
Oh, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're a modern Stone Age family. The Flintstones, meet the Flintstones with me. Oh, let's ride with the family down the street. Oh, through the courtesy of Fred Digby. Well, The Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're modern Stone Age family. The Flintstones, meet the Flintstones with me.
And now in Dallas at select theaters, the most controversial movie of the year, The Last Temptation of Schwarzenegger. Do unto others and then shoot them. Love thy neighbor and then shoot him. He who has not sinned may cast the first stone, but I will use my rocket launcher. The Last Temptation of Schwarzenegger, coming soon to a theater near you. Listen, I don't care if it's not in the script. I'm going to shoot everybody.
97.1 KLSX, and one very popular form of one-minute comedy is, of course, the funny commercial. John Memoser has made some fine ones at his home studio in Dallas, such as The Last Temptation of Schwarzenegger, that's his latest. The Bafo Yucks Dudes did Tiny Tim doing the Flintstones, and The Fire of Prometheus doing a bit called Archaeology before that. And now, before we get to the real Funny Five live this evening, let's have a mini Funny Five. 5 of the most requested short bits of mad music and crazy comedy over the last few years. Number 5 is actually something that's new this year, but we've gotten a lot of calls for this, as we have everything from Weird Al Yankovic's latest, well, almost latest album, Even Worse. Here's another bit inspired by a commercial. It's called Twister.
Hang on a minute, something's wrong here. We might not have heard everything from the first disc. Dang it. Sure, come on in, idiot.
From that album, and before that, The Martian Boogie by Brownsville Station, which was for Fuzzy, and Buffy St. Marie. It says on the album cover of her album that Time magazine describes her voice as an eerie tremble that crawls up the listener's spine. Now make a note, by the way, to join us Sunday evening right here, 97.1 KLSX, Sunday evening, October 30th, for 2 full hours of Halloween dementia. You'll have a whole lot of eerie trembles crawling up your spine for that one. A whole lot of very short songs coming up next on the Dr. Demento Show.
Please do not adjust your radio. Here comes 5 days of fast draw fun that is second to none. I'm ready. All this week on Win, Lose, or Draw. Come on and boogie on up to the drawing board with American Bandstand's one and only Dick Clark. I stand at the ready. Velvet Voice songstress Melba Moore.
Race runner, road runner.
Police Academy sound effects whiz Michael Winslow. From Days of Our Lives, sexy Judy Evans.
I've been acting all the time.
Yeah, like a fool.
And your humble host, Bert Gunn.
What a great fantasy this is.
Get ready for a week of very revealing shows.
But it's also very explicit.
As the ladies team goes looking for Mr. Right.
Kangaroo?
And the men are searching for their perfect woman.
Breast, chest. I hesitate to say anything else.
It's love at first sight.
Take a look at
Here's an outcome. And it's all this week on Win, Lose, or Draw.
Weeknights at 7:30, nowhere else but Channel 9. Our Stiglitz Gum can help you find a husband.
So I'm at this candy counter buying Stiglitz, and the most perfect man in the world is there. 6'2", dark wavy hair, and a fourth-year med school book under his arm. I thought, do not let this man get away. Say something bright, something witty. I gather up my courage, turned to him and said, did you know the Stiglitz Super Pack has refreshing all-natural mint flavor and 21 slim sticks per pack? I had to ring my Christmas.
Yes, another great reason to choose Stiglitz Gum. Hi.
Well, there's a problem. There was a track 4 on this CD, and I didn't know that. Well, we wouldn't have got through it yesterday anyway, so we're getting through it now.
Hi, we're the Bobs, and here's Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
One of the oldest rules in show business is always leave them wanting more. Well, I've got a big stack of small recordings here by people who took that advice very much to heart. Some of the shortest funny songs and comedy bits ever done, most running 1 minute or less. We do have 1 or 2 epics that stretch it out to 1 minute and 10 seconds or so, but anyway, these first 3 songs more or less define the concept of shortness. The first 2 appeared as B-sides of country western singles around 1971.
Keep complaining, tunes run much too long. So I've gone and wrote myself a 26-second song. This is the shortest song in the world.
Well, if you blinked, you missed that last one. This song by Barry and the Bookbinders. It took me longer to say that than to play the song. And before that, the first 2 songs of that little segment, each one of them took a whole side of a 45. Shel Silverstein sang the 26-second song, and Kenny Price sang the shortest song in the world, which it was just about till Barry and the Bookbinders came along. Short songs have been recorded by many kinds of musicians, from punk to classical, from serious to humorous. The next 5 are very different from each other, but all fall somewhere in the domain of rock music. A couple of big names are in here, and all of them are at least reasonably well known. Try and guess who's doing all of them.
Interpersonal Patterson had a pig named Porky. This pig named Porky loved pie. He loved pizza pie, pumpkin pie, pineapple pie, pizza pie, minced tarts. And interpersonal Patterson's pig Porky loved pie for breakfast, pie for lunch, pie in the afternoon, and pie before he went to bed. Interpersonal Patterson's pig Porky ate so much pie that do you know what he did? He popped.
Evelyn, a modified dog, viewed the quivering fringe of a special doily, draped across the piano with some surprise. In the darkened room where the chairs dismayed and the horrible curtains muffled the rain, she could hardly believe her eyes. A curious breeze, a garlic breath which sounded like a storm, somewhere near the Steinway or even from within, had caused the doily fringe to waft and tremble in the gloom. Evelyn, a dog, having undergone further modification, pondered the significance of short person behavior in pedal depressed, panchromatic resonance, and other highly ambient domains. Arf, she said.
play Beatles, sorry.
And those, of course, were the Beatles on 97.1 KLSX, and the little song that concludes their great Abbey Road album, Her Majesty. And we began with the Monkees, and a cut from their well-known album, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited. And then Frank Zappa and the Mothers, and Evelyn, a Modified Dog. That's from their album, One Size Fits All. Zappa does songs in all dimensions, from 30 seconds to 30 minutes and more. Batteries Not Included was by Sparks from one of their earlier albums, A Woofer in Tweeters Clothing. Very clever name for hi-fi buffs there. And I Had Never Heard You Play No Blues by the late Steve Goodman. The punk movement of the late 70s and early 80s produced many of the shortest songs on records. And if you don't like punk music, don't worry, this one will be over very, very quickly. It's by the Descendants, and it's called I Like Food.
He liked to nibble on my cupcakes. He just went nuts about their taste. They seemed to melt right in his mouth. I've never had complainers. They're smooth as silk that go with milk. And he said they come in such cute containers. Oh, you should see my lovely cupcakes. They are much too nice to go to waste. I asked him if he'd like a bite, and now he bites them every night. He likes to nibble on my cupcakes. He likes to nibble on my cupcakes. Just like his mother's, they're just right and left. They're not too big, they're not too small, they fit right in his grip. They're not too hard, not too soft. And there's a raisin on each tip. Oh, you should see my lovely cupcakes. They made him raise a hearty appetite. They're juicier than any steak. And he found out that they weren't fake. He likes to nibble on my cupcakes. Man, this guy is always eating.
A very short but very tasty snack there from Terry O'Mason on 97.1 KLSX Los Angeles, a song called Cupcakes. We're celebrating the shortest Demented songs ever sung on the Dr. Demento Show. One of the finest creators of miniature entertainment has to be Shel Silverstein. His books and his short children's verses are among the best-selling kids' books of our time, and he's recorded many of them as well. I have here a medley of 4 Silverstein favorites. The first 2 are from his best-known book, which is called A Light in the Attic.
Crowded tub. There's too many kids in this tub. There's too many elbows to scrub, and I just washed the behind that I'm sure it wasn't mine. There's too many kids in this tub. Bear in there. There's a polar bear in our Frigidaire. He likes it because it's cold in there. With his seat in the meat, and his face in the fish, and his big hairy paws in the buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles. He's munching the rice. He's slurping the soda. He's licking the ice. And he lets out a roar if you open the door. It gives me a scare to know he's in there. The polar bear in our Frigidaire. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set, almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night, till he grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late show, and all the shows between them. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew into his chair, and his chin turned into a tuning dial, and antenna grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen, and 2 knobs saying vert and horiz grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail, so we plugged in little Jim, and now, instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. Well, now I'm eaten by a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor and I don't like it one bit. What do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh gee, it's up to my knee. Oh fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh heck, it's up to my neck. Oh dread, it's
Shel Silverstein and four of his miniature masterworks on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX. That last one, Boa Constrictor, actually recorded back in 1962. Before that, we had a couple from Light in the Attic, and Jimmy Jet and his TV set was from another very famous book and album combination. Next one, well, you could find this in the children's section, or the classical section, or the comedy section, and this is brand new, just came out the other day, and it features no less than Weird Al Yankovic together with Wendy Carlos, the famous synthesizer pioneer, doing a version of Peter and the Wolf backed by a new version of Carnival of the Animals. Not the original verses by Ogden Nash, but there's new music by Wendy Carlos and new verses written and recited by Weird Al Yankovic. And several of these fit into the miniature, the quickie, the under 1 minute category. So let's listen to one of them. Weird Al and Wendy Carlos on the Dr. Demento Show.
I love to watch the hummingbirds just hovering for hours. They look like mini helicopters pollinating flowers. And yet I still feel sorry for the little hummingbirds. They always have to hum because they never learn the words.
And Weird Al Yankovic on 97.1 KLSX. Seeing as how it's election time, I thought I'd bring you some very short songs, a couple of them anyway, about two famous politicians of the recent past. Here's something that you will just about never hear anybody say on this station. John Denver on 97.1 KLSX, but only an eensy-weensy tiny bit of him.
I'll sing you a song of Spiro Agnew and all the things he's done. Henry Kissinger, oh, I'm missing you. You're the doctor of my dreams. With your crinkly blood and your classy stuff and your Machiavellian schemes. All right, so people say that you don't care, but you've got nicer legs than Hitler and bigger hips than Cher. Henry Kissinger, how we're missing you and wishing you were here.
Monty Python on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX. Henry Kissinger is from the Monty Python Contractual Obligation album. Strangely enough, there is a different version of it on their new Final Rip-Off compilation, which adds an extra verse, so it's not a quickie anymore. It's almost 2 minutes. Let's hear some quickies from the movies now. In Stanley Kubrick's great film A Clockwork Orange, you hear this one played over a transistor radio.
I wanna marry a lighthouse keeper and keep him company. I wanna marry a lighthouse keeper and live by the side of the sea. I'll pound his lamp by the light of day, so shoots at night can
French mistake, voila! Come on, triangles, no speed along. 50 million French men can be wrong. Whee! Throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hand on your hips, give up a push. You'll be surprised you're doing the French mistake, voila! Top cat, the most effectual top cat, whose intellectual close friends get to call him TC, providing it's with dignity. Top cat, the indisputable leader of the gang. He's the boss, he's a man, he's a championship, he's the most tip-top top cat. Yes, he's a chief, he's a king, on above everything. He's the most tip-top top cat. Top cat.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle lives a life that's free. Watch out for that tree. When he gets his scrape, he makes his escape with the help of his friend. And Dave. Then away he'll slap on his elephant chef while Bella and Ursula stay in step. With George of the jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle, friend to you and me.
2 from the movies and 2 from TV. We began with Erika Eigen singing I Want to Marry a Lighthouse Keeper from A Clockwork Orange, The French Mistake from Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles, and from the small screen, the Top Cat theme. The 3 double albums of television's greatest hits are, of course, treasure chests of very short songs, and Weird Al Yankovic in his version of the George of the Jungle theme, with the original voice of George in there, the late Bill Scott. 1980 was a very good year for short songs because there were 2 albums, both from the avant-garde side of the rock world, you might say, that consisted entirely of songs running 1 minute or less. Both of the albums are rather hard to find now, but one of them is a British album called Miniatures, compiled by Morgan Fisher. We'll hear 3 cuts from that. First one featuring Andy Partridge of the group XTC, giving you the whole history of rock and roll in considerably less than 1 minute. Then for a change, we have a more or less serious piece, an instrumental featuring Robert Fripp, one of the major names in the new music world. Finally, a lecture on British birds, of all demented things, by Martin Chambers, who became famous as a member of the Pretenders, with his own drum accompaniment. But first, Andy Partridge now of XTC on 97.1 KLSX.
So, let's briefly summarize what we know, shall we? The 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and finally, the 80s. Thank you, and good night.
And it can sleep on the wing. Amazing, man. Sleeps on the wing.
by like at different angles because it's when it, you know. What I'm trying to tell you is like the wings beat at different speeds. And when the wings beat at different speeds, they like go different directions somehow. It's got a wingspan about 7, 8, 12 inches. Somewhere near. In the nest they have little funny things which like catch onto the backs of them. Now, they're called parasites. They've got 6 legs and they look very ugly. They ruin the life of the swarm. The swift is capable of flying at least 80 miles an hour. In a dive, it'll probably get up to 120. I've had enough. I want a drink.
Martin Chambers, the Dr. Demento Show 97.1 KLSX, a swift one. We're celebrating some of the swiftest emitted discs ever made. The next 4 have not much in common, really, except their shortness, so show you the variety of what can be done in a very short space of time. We'll begin with another prolific creator of miniature music over the past bunch of years, Wildman Fisher.
I got a camera loaded with film. I'm gonna take a picture of you. I've got a camera loaded with film. I'm gonna take a picture of you. Say cheese, smile. I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'll take some in color. I'll take some in black and white. And I'll print them in the dark room where there is no light. I got a camera loaded with film. I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'll take one of my mother. I'll take one of my sister. I'll take one of my brother. I'll take one of you. If you want me to. And when it's dark and light, your pictures, they'll come out right. Do not fret, I'll put my flash on. I've got a camera loaded with film. I'm gonna take a picture of you. A picture of you. A picture of you. A picture of you.
Sir, would you talk to us?
Certainly. I have performed several of my plans concerning the state of contemporary man. This is another. For me, a cup, half-bean zombie. An 8 o'clock kickstart, 3 I dump down, then a stiff black 10 o'clocker makes my heart pound. 3 cups of instant ought to get me through noon. Yeah, I gotta lay back so I don't peak too soon. I'm a cup, caffeine zombie. I can percolate your eyes in a drip grind mind, freeze-dried nerves in a flavor crystal spine. No second, thank ya. It's cappuccino time. I'm a no-dose daddy with my Java mug at 9. I'm a cup of caffeine zombie. Nosedive. I'm a cup of caffeine zombie. Now that everything's turning black, I'm a cup. Can't wait to get up in the morning and have some nice coffee. Thank you.
Gotta hurry up. Oh, we'll never make the deadline, we'll be in a lot of trouble then. Gotta pick it up, I can't remember when it's been. This is the craziest it's been. Like my doctor's on hold, tell him to set up a date. Anytime it better be soon because I'm overdue. Hey, what time is it? What? You gotta be kidding, I'm late. I gotta meet the rest of the members of the board by 2. Send a note to my lawyer, tell him to do what he can. Settle with the buyer from the coast out of court. Send a note to my broker, tell him to wait for a while. I calculated and I made which one when I George. Gotta pick it up. We'll pack the papers and the kiddies are gonna wanna review them on the flight. Gotta pick it up. Make a reservation, don't forget to cancel my dinner days. And I wait my wife's at the store, remember to give her a call. I'll be later than I thought, I guess I'll miss the play. In New York on the line, well, what do you mean you just tried? They must give it at the office sometime, they've been out all day. Send a note to my brother, tell him I did what I could. I couldn't get the tickets through the Tigers gate. Send a note to my accountant, tell him I can't fly. Man, check it out on the scope, I can't remember the name. Gotta hurry up. Oh, we'll never make the deadline, we'll be in a lot of trouble then. Gotta pick it up, can't remember when it's going to stay. Spend I forgot what I was just gonna say about the day. I've been feeling kind of crazy all day. I gotta take
Have a cake, little girl fair. There's a priest in the temple without any hair. You take a tile and I'll take a brick, and we'll hit the old
the back of the neck.
Imagine my surprise some years ago when I found in a junk shop in Pasadena what looked like a perfectly innocent 78 RPM record of Chinese Mother Goose rhymes, and I brought it home and I heard that. Violence! And that was long before the Cultural Revolution in China. Pat a Cake sung by Chick Bullock. Frazzled was by Dale Gagne. Caffeine Zombie was by Duck's Breath Mystery Theater, and I Got a Camera by the amazing Wildman Fisher. I mentioned that in 1980 there were 2 albums consisting entirely of very short songs. We heard a few examples from Miniatures, the one from England, the other one from America. It was by The Residents, and it contained 40 songs, each one running exactly 1 minute, just like commercials. So they called it The Residents Commercial Album, and just recently came out on CD, so here it is digitally. Exactly 60 seconds worth of moisture on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX. We got a few more short comedy bits. I'm going to dip into the unreleased tape file for 3 more, and then we'll have the Mini 5 with 5 of the most requested diminutive and demented discs of all time.
Alright, well that's where I started. So we're going to pick up where I left off. If that makes any sense. Uh-oh. Error 20. Reinsert disc. Alright, I'm going to fast forward through what we've already heard on this disc. Look at this guy. I'm doing 80. This guy's passing me. He's got to be doing like 100. I don't know where he thinks he's going. He'll find out in a minute that he can't go much further.
Left and red, right, yellow, green, yeah, twisted.
97.1 KLSX with perhaps the most popular of the many, many them poems that he did in the 1960s. Them Moose Goosers, number 4 on our mini 5 of mini songs. Weird Al Yankovic's Twister was number 5, and here's number 3.
Rummerfoot sings Bruce Springsteen.
I'm driving in my car. I turn on the radio. I pull you a window closer. You say no. You say you don't like it. I say you're my wire. But when we it's like fireworks.
Robin Williams doing Elmer Fudd, doing Bruce Springsteen, number 3 on our mini 5 of the most popular very short demented discs. We will have our regular funny 5 after these. Here's number 2 on the mini 5.
Hey babe, I wanna boogie, boogie woogie woogie with me. Hey babe, I wanna boogie, boogie woogie woogie with me. We can boogie over here, we can boogie over there. Come on babe, we can boogie everywhere. Hey babe, I wanna boogie, boogie woogie woogie with me. Hey babe, you wanna boogie, boogie woogie woogie with me? Hey babe, you wanna boogie, boogie woogie woogie with me? We can boogie in the house, we can boogie in the yard. Come on baby, it ain't very hard. Hey babe, you wanna boogie, a boogie woogie woogie with me? Hey babe, you wanna boogie, a boogie woogie woogie with me? Hey babe, you wanna boogie, a boogie woogie woogie with me? We can boogie in the living room, boogie in the den. Come on baby, let's do it all again. Hey babe, you wanna boogie, a boogie woogie woogie with me? Boogie woogie woogie with me.
John Hartford with Boogie on 97.1 KLSX. That's from the Aeroplane album, Aeroplane rather. And finally, our final 1-minute masterpiece of the show.
Someone ate the baby. It's rather sad to say. Someone ate the baby, so she won't be out to play. We'll never hear her whiny cry, or have to feel if she is dry. We'll never hear her asking, why? Someone ate the baby. Someone ate the baby. It is absolutely clear. Someone ate the baby because the baby isn't here. We'll give away her toys and clothes. We'll never have to wipe her nose. Dad says, it's the way it goes. Someone ate the baby. Someone ate the baby. What a frightful thing to eat. Someone ate the baby, though she wasn't very sweet. It was a heartless thing to do. The policemen haven't got a clue. I simply can't imagine who would go and eat the baby.
Shel Silverstein, he's just about the king of the quickies. A masterful miniaturist. There he was with Someone Ate the Baby from his now quite rare Songs and Stories album at 97.1 KLSX. I hope you've enjoyed all the Whimsical Will has just signaled me he has a demented news bulletin for us.
President Ronald Reagan has decided to go forward with the full production of the neutron bomb in the...
anyone was ever foolish enough to set one of those things off. That's what it might sound like on the radio, because neutron bombs, you see, only destroy living things. They don't do much to machines. You know, the upcoming election just might be more important than you might think. Whimsical Will be back with an interview of the candidates right after this, and then it'll be Funny 5 time on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX. And you'll know if somebody sets off a bomb around here, because we're not automated.
Dr. Demento presents the greatest novelty records of all time. 6 albums and cassettes presenting the funniest novelty hits of the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, plus a special Christmas album, all on Rhino Records. LPs also available in a deluxe 6-record box with booklet and poster. Each one personally autographed by Dr. Demento.
Coming to take me away, huh?
Available now at better record stores everywhere. Or through the Demento Society, Post Office Box 884, Culver City, California, 90230. TVs or just existential. That's Post Office Box 884, Culver City, California, 90230. Dr. Demento presents 79 of the greatest novelty records of all time on Rhino Records.
And here once again is Whimsical Will, this time interviewing the presidential candidates. Will, you're on.
This is Whimsical Will in Election Central, asking the question, what would it take to be the next president of the United States? George Bush and Mike Dukakis are right here. Vice President Bush, what will you do if elected? George, will you have astrologer advisors like Ronnie did? Do you care what the voters think? Governor Dukakis, what do you have planned if you make it to the White House? Are you making yourself accessible to the American people? I give you my phone number. When you're worried, call me and you do have it. Do you think we're ready for Democrats again? And what do you say to the voters who want to hang on to the Reagan legacy? I enjoyed your debates, guys. What did you do afterwards? Ronald Reagan is on the line. Ronnie, George Bush is kind of like your protege, right? And you guys get along pretty well? Ronnie, are we gonna miss you? Where will you be spending your retirement? Hey, thanks for calling, Ron. Mike Dukakis, explain your foreign policy. And you and Lloyd Benson make a good pair? But Dan Quayle, what about you? I'm sorry, guys, but President Bush, President Dukakis, that just doesn't sound right. Well, I'm voting for the Dementocratic candidate, Dr. Demento for president! Yes, sir! Hey, I'm Whimsical Will, now back to the studio!
Well, Whimsical Will, I'm honored and very, very much flattered, but I wouldn't take that job for all the money in it. Hey, Dementoids and Dementoids, what time is it? Funny 5 time! 5 time! Listen, it is 5 time! And we there's a rush here. See them on television, maybe in the clubs. No, they're on our Funny 5. It's the amazing El Rubio triplets, number 5.
Take it anymore. I'll just stay here
Demento triplets and the Neutron Dance, and you've left him into the number 5 position on our Funny 5 this week, live at 97.1 KLSX. Del Rubio triplets with Neutron Dance, number 5, and here's number 4.
As the executor of Mr. Muldoon's estate, I have been empowered to read Mr. Muldoon's last will and testament.
Well, get on with it. The bar's open soon.
Oh, poor dear Arthur.
There, Jenny. God, how predictably boring.
I never worked for a kinder man.
If we are all seated, I shall proceed with the reading.
I knew it.
I, Arthur Durham Muldoon, being of sound mind and body,
That's a laugh.
do hereby divide up my considerable estate as follows. To my overly emotional sister, Jenny,
Jenny, darling, he's talking about us.
Oh.
who grubbed with her husband Hank, grubbed for everything they could get from me, and then cried crocodile tears when I needed sympathy.
What?
To Jenny, I leave a boot to the head.
A what? Ow!
Jenny, are you okay?
And another boot to her wimpy husband Hank.
Ow! This is an outrage.
But still, you are my sister. You have both admired my Rolls Royce, and since I no longer need it,
Oh, dear Arthur, he's too kind.
I bequeath another boot to the head.
What? Ow!
And one more for the win.
Ow!
Next to my alcoholic brother,
Hey, I don't want no boot to the head.
to dear Hedge, who has never worked a day in his drunken life,
I'm covering up my head.
I leave my wine cellar and 3 crates of my finest whiskey.
Really?
And a boot to the head.
Oh!
And another for Jenny in the wind. Next, to my know-it-all nephew Ralston,
This is so predictable.
I leave a boot to the head.
I knew it.
And one for Jenny in the wind. This takes care of family obligations. And now to Mrs. Mulroy,
Oh, I don't want nothing.
who took care of me faithfully these many, many years, who cared, made me laugh, brought me tea.
Oh, I didn't mind.
To Mrs. Mulroy, I bequeath a boot to the head. And one for Jenny in the wind. And so to my cat Mittens, I leave my entire vast boot to the head. And finally to my lawyer, who has helped me on this will, I leave not a boot to the head, but a rabid Tasmanian devil to be placed in his trousers. And I leave my entire estate of $10 million to the people of Calgary so they can afford to move somewhere decent.
The Frantics. And last will and temperament. The Frantics from Canada, and that one, number 4 on the Dr. Demento Funny 5. We got 3 more to go coming up, and one of the top 3 is going to be something that we get requests for almost every week. It's a record that's become very rare and very hard to find, and really a demented classic. We don't get to it too often, but we are going to get to it tonight. That'll be one of our top 3 of the Funny 5. After we crown number 1 this week, it'll be time for Mary Turner's Off the Record with Little Feat this week. They are really making a comeback. Everybody'd written them off long ago, but their new album is terrific, and you'll hear them all talk about it and how they're doing it without the late, great Lowell George, who founded the group back in the 60s. And then something very special at 11 o'clock, John Lennon Live Piece in Toronto. It's a simulcast of that great concert from 1969. And half an hour late this evening, but well, we're staying up for King Biscuit with the Marshall Tucker Band and the New Riders of the Purple Sage. We'll be right back with number 3 on the Dr. Demento Funny 5.
Rod Stewart, rock's electrifying stage performer returns. He's here. He's there. He's...
Blah, 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 blah.
Could be some form of space madness we've never heard of.
Spark grab! Look out!
To make you drop rock your walk. By the second in command named Mr. Spock. He's an alien fella, not an ordinary crewman. He's got green blood, but he's still half human. The legs may big, his pointed ears, but he only gets a date every 7 years. Don't get him wrong, cause he's not sulking. His mom's from Earth, and his dad's from Vulcan. Got shiny black hair and a matching tricorder. The boy's a little dumber, Kirk's a little shorter. He keeps his cool when he's in a clinch. He puts your lights out with the Vulcan nerve bitch. Got a Federation sweater and shiny boots. All the Enterprise ladies think his ears are cute, but he's got no emotion, so it just doesn't matter. He just reads the sentences and records his data.
The optimal area of my head seems to have impacted with the arm of the chair. But the inconsistencies are so compounded as to present a seemingly impossible phenomenon. Error. I have tuned the partial hypothesis. I must check it out. I must check it out. I must check it out. Seems the only way. Then I suggest Vulcan mind probe. Then I suggest Vulcan mind probe.
Well, not a heel bird or a salmon either, but he needs a woman when he gets the fever. When Kirk's in his quarters is to vigorously mating. Spock raises a brown just fascinating. The birds were good while the series lasted. Photons, torpedoed, and phasers blast. Well, he had his day, but he's taking a fall. Now he's cutting the ribbon at your local mall.
Listen, Captain. I can get you something, Captain. Precisely, Captain. Precisely, Captain. Precisely, Captain. I can get you something, Captain. And how they merged, became one. Logical. What is the risk? What is the risk? I can get you. Yes, I believe no permanent damage was done.
There's the Spock rap with the neural paralyzers on release tape. This is certainly the only place that you'll hear that, and we're happy to play it for you one more time. It's number 3 this week on the Funny Five, and now we come up to number 2, and we were one of the first people to play this on the radio, and last week we gave it kind of short shrift because it ran out of time, but now thanks to Aaron and Kevin and Casey and all the other people who called and wrote in, we're going to give it its due, even if it's only number 2 this week. We're going to play you the whole thing, the long version from the compact disc.
A little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate, but don't worry, be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry, be happy.
give you my phone number. When you worry, call me. I'll make you happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile, but don't worry, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Now there is this song I wrote. I hope you learned it note for note like good little children. Don't worry. Be happy. Listen to what I say. In your life, expect some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody down like this. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry, be happy. I'm not worried.
I'm happy too, and so are Dodger fans this evening. Just got the word that the Dodgers pulled one out in the 12th inning, 5-4 Dodgers, just when it seemed that it was all going down the tubes. So onward and upward with the LA Dodgers. Don't worry, be happy by Bobby McFerrin, and we'll be right back with number 1 on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX.
All right, all you people. It's time.
All right, all you people.
It's time for number 1. This is it. Here it comes, number 1.
I like smoking me some grass, getting cut with glass, sniffing my cocaine and pain. I like noses full of snot, dead things when they rot, belching just for fun and scum. And I like you too. I like smacking little boys, breaking all their toys, needles in my arm and harm. I like spearing little dogs, a pail, cooking me a rat and bats. And I like you too. I like lizards in the grass, smelling raunchy gas, slipping on some ice and lice. I like catching me the flu, snails in a stew, armpits when they're wet and sweat. And I like you too. I like chancres on my tongue, sniffing monkey dung, scumbags of all sorts and warts. I like barfing on nice rugs, chewing little slugs, leeches sucking blood and mud. And I like you too. I like playing in the sewer, walking in manure, coughing up some glops and slops. I like beating up some punks, odor from some skunks, smelling garbage burn and worms. And I like you too.
That's Heathen Dan with a long unavailable original version of I Like #1 on the Dr. Demento Funny 5. What's going to be on the Funny 5 next week? Well, you can help influence that by sending me a letter or a postcard. Tell me the name of your favorite. The address is Dr. Demento, KLSX, 3580 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90010. That's 3580 Wilshire, LACA 90010. Next week, we're going to go to the movies with Steve Martin, Mel Brooks, Groucho Marx, Monty Python, and many more of your demented big silver screen favorites. And coming up in just a couple of seconds, Mary Turner's Off the Record with her guest Little Feat, and an 11 John Lennon live piece in Toronto. Thanks for listening. Till next week, don't forget to stay demented. This is 97.1 KLSX, Los Angeles.
Well, I had to get off the freeway early and sit here for the last song, but we still made it. But, unfortunately, Chad... Oh, no, don't say it, Danny D. Yes, while that song was playing, it went from 7:43 to 7:46. So, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, Chad. Ah, come on now. You can find me a 3 somewhere. Let's see. Maybe I can. Hang on. 2? No, not a 2, Danny D. A 3. A 1? No, 2 and 1 is 3, but I want to see a 3. I should show Chad a 3. Otherwise, he'll call me Heathen Dan. I'd never do that, Danny D. Well, thanks. All right. Deuces. Peace out. Peace D out. IBC root beer out. 10-4 over and out. 747 and out. And a 3 for Chad. All right now. Bye. Click.